Hey guys, welcome back. We are in with episode number 3, and we are in for push today. With us now, we've had a pull day, a leg day, and a push day. So a little update on me. It's been 2 weeks actually since me and Adam filmed last time. In that period, I've had a devolume week. I was just noticing after our last leg session and then the session after that, which was a push session, that I was just starting to fade. My readiness for sessions wasn't there. I was generally feeling a bit tired. Sleep started getting a bit disturbed as well. And these are all signs I needed devolume. So devolume worked. It was a really, really good time off, a week off, and we actually went away for it. Me and Katie went over to Cambridge, and we trained at a really, really cool gym called The Coach. So if you're ever in the Cambridge area and you want to train at a really cool gym, that's basically a Cybex museum. That's just amazing kit there. It's taken the guy about 5 years to find all this kit. Yeah, it's just amazing. If you want to train in Cambridge, go to their Coach Fitness. I think he's expanding soon as well, so it's fantastic. But we just literally had about 3 sessions where at devolume, where I just did a back off set on everything. Still kept intensity relatively high, but I'm just mainly kept on sleep. From having 6 to 7 hours to, for the whole of last week, doing basically 8+ hours. It was fantastic. So I'm feeling very, very recovered. I've already had 1 session since being back, and that went really, really well. So all in all, the devolume has worked perfectly. Previously, I might have actually tried to push things a little bit too long, and with that came a little problems. I would normally get some niggles. I'd start to get some just really bad fatigue, and then when I tried to do a devolume week, it just wouldn't actually clear it, and then I'd be running constantly on basically on low the whole time, which is not what we want for progression. We always want to be moving forward. So sometimes we do need to take a little bit of a step back, just to recharge a little bit, and then push up again. And now, hopefully from now on, we can really get involved with this push up now. I think this will be the fifth week of the push-up, starting from this week, and yeah, we're starting to pick up some momentum now, and things are going good. And hopefully in the following weeks to come, we can have a little physique update and see where things are going with that. But anyway, we're going to start off with push, and hopefully it should be a good one with me and Adam again. So first exercise today is a crucifix side lateral. Normally used to do a lot of dumbbell work for my side laterals, and I probably didn't get much stimulus from it at all. The biggest problem I find when you're doing a dumbbell lateral is when you've got the dumbbell uphill, it normally drops off. That's the drop off point just there. And a lot of the time, once you've got that drop off there, you don't get much involvement in the side lateral. And a lot of the time I was throwing it up and just using my traps, which is the complete opposite of what I wanted to do. And in the result, my delts aren't that big. So what I've done is I've changed it up to onto a machine, used the cable where we've got constant tension the whole way through the exercise. And also the little benefit of this as well, we can get ourselves nice and glued in. Funny, I know, but we can get ourselves nice and glued in, so our hips aren't going to be lifting out of the seat, and we can just focus completely on using the side delt for this movement. Anyway guys, let's have a little go.
MTC Beats!
So guys, exercise number 2, we're doing an incline dumbbell. Second rotation. What we're going to do is make sure that we've got the bench not too high, it's not high incline, and we've got the seat nice and high up as well. And also with this one, when we're going to be actually setting us up on the bench, we want to get ourselves right back. We want to have our ankles in front of our knees so we can push into the bench. That is the big thing. A lot of people brace like this and they have no stability at all in their pelvis, and that's why you see them go like this, or flapping a little bit. I've been watching and listening to a lot of Nick Loff, and his best setup is to start right from the ankle, make sure you're far away, bracing into the bench, and all pretending that you're trying to push that bench away from you from the other side of the building, okay? That'll give you a nice good sort of starting point, pushing into the bench, all right? We also want to make sure our elbows are slightly tucked, so we're not using any of our shoulder, nice and tucked in. As we're coming down, we want to have a nice slow eccentric, so about a 3-second eccentric, and then a nice and powerful coming up together, okay? As we're coming up, we want to pretend that our chest is rolling over to the side. And that's our setup for an incline bench. So we hit 40 on this last before we started, for the devolume week. We did 40 or 42.5 to go and see how we get on with that instead. But I'm not going to do any half reps. If the rep isn't there, I'm not going to go for it. Just because I've just come out of devolume, I don't want to absolutely smash myself straight away. That will come. That will definitely come in time. In 2-3 weeks, I'll start doing force reps potentially, or going for 50-50 reps. But the whole point of the devolume was to de-stress and reduce fatigue. Then if we start to add more fatigue right after the devolume period, it's just counterproductive and stupid because we're going back on ourselves. So make sure the form is perfect, work really, really well, and no 50-50 reps.
MTC Beats!
number 3 is Cybex CAS handle push. I used to use the machine on this one, but I used to get a little bit, basically I stacked out the machine to be honest. But yeah, we stacked the machine and it was getting to the point where we were just loading so much onto the machine. It's, to be honest, Force Fitness like push wasn't that heavy. We've now got a Cybex push, but I'm not using it at the moment. So we went onto the cable machine over here, just so we could basically make it a little bit harder. And with it, we've also added a D handle as well, a CAS D handle, which I'm sure Adam will show in a second, which just makes it so much better for pressing. They're a bit of an investment, but if your gym's got one of these in them, definitely use the CAS D handles. They're a fatter grip, but they're ergonomically designed to fit your hand perfectly. I feel like it takes out the forearm a lot, and it actually works the chest a lot more. I also find if you're using any bicep work, they're fantastic. So yeah, we're going to use it onto this press and see how we get on. The best benefit about having the Bravo as well is we've got this support just here, so we don't need to get a bench or bring a bench over and have really long setups. We can just literally just flick it up, put the support nice and stretched out, and we can brace properly into it. The biggest issue I see when people use D handles, use the cable for D handles, is they're literally pushing and they're moving their whole body to push. So realistically, they're not actually using the chest much. They're just using momentum to get back and forward. Whereas with this, when we can actually brace, we're just completely putting the chest under full strain, getting perfect range of movement on it as well. And it's just a much better exercise. Next exercise is high incline. Normally we do this in the rack, but we've gone onto the Smith this time just because it was used up. However, I might start using the Smith machine. It's just a lot safer. I've been training by myself a lot more, so having the Smith is just a safety option. And yeah, it's just generally a lot safer. I felt like quite a lot smoother. There's more stability there. I have had shoulder niggles in the past, and it's just something potentially, if I'm in myself by myself, trying to do a high incline in a rack, there could be some issues. So stay in the Smith, keep it nice and safe, and ideal if I just want to spot myself basically.
MTC Beats.
Next exercise we'll do is a side lateral dumbbell. So I know I said at the start of the exercise that I don't really do them that much, but I do them, I can't do cable work all the time, I need to switch it up. So what I do is I do it right at the end, when form can afford to be a little bit sloppier with form. I'm not too worried about getting perfect connection because I'm already tired. So what I do, sorry Luna, we're gonna have to go down, is I like to brace. What I like to do is I like to brace into a bench. So I'll get my dumbbell laterals, brace into the bench, and then come out to the side. This just avoids me doing any of these little jumps that you see people doing, throwing it up, or anything like that. I don't go heavy either. Maximum I'll probably do is a 10 or a 12.5, and I'll just try and rinse the eccentrics coming down as much as possible. And also try not to get my traps involved, because I know if I'm going like right up like that, I'm going to be using my trap, which is completely going against what we want to do. So another thing I also do is I use some wraps as well, just because I find my grip comes a little bit out of whack a little bit. I can try and slip with the dumbbells, so I'll just use one of these just to wrap around and make myself nice and secure. With every session, every exercise, it's just trying to make myself as secure as possible in every exercise that I do, making sure that we're not having any momentum being used, we're not throwing it to A to B. Yes, I might be going lighter, but it's more controlled. I'm getting so much more bang for my buck than I would going twice the weight and just throwing it from A to B, which you see a lot of people doing.
MTC Beats.
Finishing off with some triceps now. We normally have clavicle, but I'm just a little bit pushed for time today. Just got to go somewhere after this, which I probably might divulge with you guys in the future actually for some exciting news. Hopefully, if it all goes well, yeah, there'll be some really exciting news for the gym, for the coaching, and absolutely everything else. But we're just going to finish off with some triceps. Just like I said, we are pushed for time. We're just going to use the CAS handles, and we're just going to do an over-the-top tricep extension, single arm at the moment, and we might just finish off with some push downs. The CAS handles just make every movement better. Like I said, if you have got options to use them, they are really good. They're equivalent of like using a fat grip, but just even better. They just fit better in your hand. Like I said, they're ergonomically designed to fit in your hand perfectly, and then just do the job. They eliminate the forearm, and it's just pure tricep you get in it. So let's get on with it and finish off. One thing I've been doing with my tricep work is I've not been fully locking out. So you might think, oh, he's not working full range of the tricep. The thing is, when you lock out and you're going like that, where do you think all the pressure is going? It's going onto the elbows. So you're taking off all the pressure off your tricep. So don't fully lock out when you're doing this. Just slightly, just before you're about to lock out, pause for a second, and then slowly come back down. If you're locking out, you're just going to take the pressure off your tricep, and it's not working to its full potential. Obviously, I've just got to put Adam on my story to make sure that we're actually working together. As you can see, Adam is looking particularly swaggy in this picture today, wearing his camo so you can't see him in the gym, so a lot of people have been bumping into him. But, I'm only kidding, but it's not a video if I don't get a picture of Adam behind the lens. Post that straight away. So we finished off that session. All in all, quite a good first push session back after the volume. It wasn't trying to go all out, going to the depth of it. As you see, like I buckled out of a few of them if I was going for any 50-50 reps. It's just not worth it this period. I need to build myself back up on it. It felt good. I wasn't that tired. I felt like I had energy. So I'm looking forward to ramping things up over the next couple of weeks. And then after that, after 3-4 weeks, or 2-3 weeks, I'll start bringing in 50-50 reps, maybe get some forced ones in there as well, but there's just no point to stay after devolume. But all in all, really good session, and there should be lots more to come with me and Adam in the future, and we can give a proper physique update, hopefully. And yeah, I'm excited you guys to see the rest of the push-up. Cheers guys, and thank you Adam for filming.